the biggest problem is liquidity fragmentation, but the second is access. So there are multiple applications, right? They have user bases, but they want to get access to liquidity.
Hi everyone, I'm Paula Speaks, CBO at Cryptic, and we're standing today with Andre Fedor, CMO at STON.fi at the best curated event in Hong Kong, RWA Summit. And I'm here to talk to him with a lot of different questions. Hi Andre.
Hey,
How are you doing? All good?
all good, thank you.
So I'm deeply curious how you end up in Web3. What is your journey? What is your personal journey? How you end up building what you're building right now at STON.fi?
Well, I started working in crypto in 2017. Before that, I was working as a marketing consultant and so on. And 2017, I joined the first, for me, first crypto project, and but it was a different project of STON.fi. And in 2022, we launched STON.fi, which is a DEX on the STON blockchain. So that's the journey.
Well, sounds like an exciting journey. 2017. So far it's almost 10 years you are in crypto. That's a pretty vivid experience. I bet you survived a lot of different cycles, a lot of different explosion trends, but you kept your way open and now you're building one of the most successful DEXs on Ton. That's wonderful. Huh?
The most.
Yes, the most. You got it. But what exact problem are you solving currently with STONFi?
So initially the problem was that the blockchain was evolving and there were some tokens, but people actually needed a place where they could swap these tokens. So initially it was a swap application where people could swap any ton-based token. But then we realized that the liquidity is fragmented and we needed to do something with that. We started building the second product, which is on the STON protocol, which is a liquidity aggregation protocol. And other applications, any actual application, wallet, a game, anything, they can integrate this protocol into their application and thus enable swaps in their application. So basically, we have two products. One, the consumer-facing product, our application, and the second one, the protocol, which is used by other applications.
Got it. So it's not pretty that simple, but you started with just swaps because you found out that there is a specific problem in the market, and now you're creating different two products that are solving one problem, but
More actually, so the biggest problem is liquidity fragmentation, but the second is access. So there are multiple applications, right? They have user bases, but they want to get access to liquidity because these app builders, they want their users to be able to get access to liquidity, swap tokens, right? And the problem is that when there are multiple DEXs, multiple liquidity pools, and so on, it is very difficult to integrate all this liquidity because you need to have multiple integrations, which is costly. Sometimes it just doesn't make any sense. So when they use our protocol, they can integrate just one protocol and get access to all Ton liquidity. So basically, it's the access, and vice versa. So there are liquidity providers which want to get access to these users, right? But if they want to do that, they need to integrate, again, lots of applications, which is, again, costly, time-consuming, and so on, right? So, again, they can use our protocol. So basically, it connects to our counterparties. So lots of apps and lots of liquidity providers.
magnificent. Liquidity fragmentation solved and access solved. But I think that we kind of still living in this silos, but I'm glad that there are projects like STONFi who is actually conquering that kind of problems, and I hope that we're going to avoid all the fragmented liquidity. Anyways, there are a lot of different problems in our industry, not only liquidity fragmentation, not only access itself. How do you think in 2026, what's going to be the main problem that we need to solve as an industry as a whole, altogether?
Not so sure about 2026 and about the whole industry, but I can say what we are doing, what we're building. So we believe that, blockchains, they are isolated. That's the problem because there are multiple blockchains. And again, if you want to get access to this liquidity, you need to integrate lots of different things and so on. So that's why we're building cross-chain solutions so that users can swap tokens across blockchains. And there are multiple products. They use different approaches for that, and we have our own. And that's what we're working on, and that's the problem, the industry-wide problem we are fixing.
Yeah, magnificent, magnificent. But if there are going to be more founders who would love to contribute to solving same problems, or maybe they found out some more problems like regulations or education or another value they can drive, what advice would you give to them?
Basically, it's a very universal piece of advice. So it is not about Web3, it's about everything. So I'm a marketer. So what I'm thinking about my user needs, right? So the problem is that there are lots of products which do not solve any problem. or they solve, like, there is some guy and he thinks that there is a problem like that, but quite often they can't validate it, so they just start building, they invest lots of resources, but in the end it turns out that nobody wants this product, right? So that's the problem. So my advice is that you need to think about user needs from the very beginning.
I do agree. There are a lot of founders who are solving problems that are not existing. So do your research properly. First of all, find out, talk to users, do your research with real users, go to partners, find out what exactly their users thinking, and that's how you can come up with a solution that no one else can come up with. So it's a good piece of advice. Thank you so much, Andre. And I hope that you guys enjoyed this conversation. And if you want to have more interviews like this, don't forget to drop a follow to official socials of RWA Summit, official socials of STON.fi, and Cryptic as well. See you next episode and have a good rest of the day.